Dr Surin Pitsuwan,
Yes.
Secretary General of ASEAN, thank you very much for visiting the Lowy Institute today. It's our honour to host you.
It's my great honour.
Thank you. Can I ask you first of all to talk a little bit about Australia's relationship with Asia? As you know, the Prime Minister is launching the Asian Century White Paper here this weekend at the Lowy Institute. Can you tell us a bit from your position?
I think it's a long history of transformation of Australia, both in terms of policy and in terms of mindset and the psychology. I think for us from up there, we look at Australia as a country that used to be very much oriented itself toward the West. You know, a Western country happens to be in this landscape. But I think since the attempt to approach or reapproach East Asia and be integrated with East Asia through ASEAN, a series of initiatives, including APEC. To me, APEC was born because of the steady progress of Southeast Asian economies, and India and China were beginning to emerge. Australia was looking ahead and decided that it must try to establish a bridge to approach up there, and now I think you have integrated, I use the phrase, ingratiated yourself to the people of East Asia, Southeast Asia very well. And then this crisis came in 2008, and I think you have already established your base, your connection, your connectivity with East Asia. I'm certainly very much anticipating this white paper to reflect that transformation of Australia into a country firmly anchored in the landscape of and among the countries of East Asia, through ASEAN, with ASEAN, of course. Yeah.
And speaking of Western countries moving towards Asia, there's been a very pronounced effort by the Obama administration to reweight their foreign policy. They thought they were over-invested in the Middle East, perhaps, and under-invested in Asia, and so we have the so-called pivot to Asia. How important is that? And is that sustainable? Will that continue regardless of what happens in the presidential election next month?
This pivot toward Asia came after the commitment that has been shown by attending, by coming in, by acceding to our treaty. But I think it's also natural, because since 2008, East Asia has become a new center of growth, of gravity, of dynamism. Now, of all the attention that we give to this pivoting toward Asia, in the debate, the latest one on foreign policy,
they pivoted very late to Asia, didn't
they? Very little. Yeah. There are people who count the countries that have been mentioned. I think China and Japan figure very little. Australia probably once. I don't know, but
no, never. Yeah.
Very little.
Yeah.
So we don't know.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's going to be that much different. Either party, either candidate becoming the president, the next president. I think Asia has established its own legitimacy, its own weight, its own reason why the global community should be paying more attention.
Dr. Surin, you're a very welcome visitor to Australia and to the Institute, and you're a great friend of Australia, so thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Okay.